All right. So we are back with another listening party. It's kind of like a listen/watch party, depending on how interesting the video content is. So I think because Victor and I were the ones that were here last time, that either Sam or Dominic should go first if you guys have a video ready to go. And if you don't, I do have one. So either way.
Do we have time limit restrictions?
Yeah, I think 5 is what we what the final. My first one is 3:00, the first one I was gonna pick. So we won't be running. And there's no like, you don't get like bonus time if you go under. It's you use it or lose it on your 5 minutes. So I think that 5 minutes, unless we're playing metal songs, is gonna cover most things.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So I know that like on YouTube, there's like a way that they can mark their videos as Creative Commons. So like I found a video for some, like I know the music is Creative Commons, but I don't see the CC thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you still post that or?
Yeah. So I think one of the problems with YouTube is that the only license that YouTube has like built in is the CC BY. And so like most music is not CC BY, most Creative Commons music. So yeah, you just kind of have to like know that the artist has done that. What some musicians will do, and so my first video is actually an example of this. I'll just put it in the chat so people can, because you can't see the like the description in that case. But what has happened in this particular case is that so this one is they did apparently release it as CCBY, or maybe that was maybe the video is actually CCBY, but I don't think that's what I don't think there's anything that actually denotes that in YouTube, but they just have it in the details. So they've got their iTunes and Google Play and Spotify links and everything, and then they've got the link to the video here. Which the original video apparently has been taken off of
I saw on
Vimeo,
Twitter
but
that Block Sonic was having problems with YouTube.
Yeah, I think so. Victor may actually know more about that than I do, but I think it has to do with one of like some incompatibilities with one of the streaming services, but I don't know the details. Do you know anything, Victor, about that?
No, you said last time about these problems, but I don't understand what's the case.
It seems like everything except Victor's new stuff is okay. So like, I mean, I'm able to go to the Block Sonic page, so I don't know. I'll have to talk to Mike about that. But Victor's the Be Well EP is still up there. But yeah, I think the new one, YouTube didn't like it. So I don't know. Do you have your stuff on like your YouTube page, Victor?
Yeah.
Okay, so. So yeah. Oops. Yeah, and so this one is one. So Victor actually has his listed as CC attribution, which is not actually the license that you'll see on Black Sonic. So YouTube is just the wild, wild west, really, at some level. But
Yeah,
but yes,
there's only one option: Creative Commons.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. So yeah, I think when we voted on what to do, it was sort of like, I think the final winner was CC artists. So like, I don't think there's a lot of point in um going and trying to find the track on Bandcamp or something like that. I mean, if we run into issues, we can certainly make it more stringent. But like, if the musician is normally doing CC, then I think there's a decent, that's the main thing is like, we're just trying to not get flagged. And so it's unlikely that a musician that's doing most of their stuff under Creative Commons is going to flag you. Basically where that boils down to. So we do kind of have to be careful, as far as like the music awards, making sure that, things that we post on here are not necessarily going to be, I mean, the other thing is if stuff's not new, then it's not going to be valid for this year anyway. So just something to keep in mind. I mean, all of us are involved this year, and for anybody watching too, that would be, even though we're saying like most of this, all these artists are CC artists, it may not be stuff that that is useful. But hopefully at least it's like a band name that people can check out, and then maybe they've released something this year. So but yeah, that's until we run into a problem, I think being laissez-faire with that probably works fine. So any other questions, or anybody got something ready to go?
Yeah, I got some ready to go if we need.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead, Dom.
Right. And then just in the share a YouTube video section, I presume.
Yeah, you click on share a YouTube video, and then you have to, you can, like, an individual can unmute themselves, but at the end you actually have to, like, to unmute everybody, you have to go in and click unshare, so it doesn't automatically unshare, which is a little bit annoying, but
that is annoying.
not the end of the world. So
yeah, for sure. Okay, so this is the fucked up beat.
What exactly is it that you want, Mr. Johnson? Something real. Something that hasn't been made by man. piano. Then turned to me and he said,
All right.
Sweet.
How do you... Shit, where's the unshare thing?
Maybe they changed it because I'm
there we go.
unmuted.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're the only one that can do it. So
I have
It
the
did-
power.
it did unmute us. It seems like I don't know if you did that.
Yeah,
or-
as soon as I paused the video, it seemed like it unmuted.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah. So sweet. Do you have anything that else? And anybody who isn't here who's watching, there is, I think I mentioned this last week, that there's a chat that we can kind of talk through things on the side. So definitely you should join if you want to get in on the chat. But if there's anything you want to point out to the viewers about the track or to us, then
Sure. I mean, like, I can tell you a little bit about the band in general. They're like, it's a duo. They're these two guys. I really should have where they're from off the top of my head, but I don't. They were super prolific. They have a ton of albums, but they stopped, I think, in 2018 or 2017, somewhere around there. But they've got, like, it feels like 20 plus albums over the span of like 5 to 6 years. So a lot of stuff to check out if you like that. A lot of the stuff is very like sci-fi themed, and a lot of really cool old samples and piano.
sweet.
I thought it was Jenova 7. It has some similar vibe in his music.
Oh yeah, I'm not familiar with him. Who's that?
He's musician from Dusted Wax Kingdom. I think he's under Creative Commons, so we can share his music.
Yeah,
We should totally play some of that.
I think everything under Dusted Wax is CC, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, we could do that the next time around. Yeah, it says our music is released in MP3 format only, and everything is free to listen, free to download, and free to use in non-commercial way under the terms of Creative Commons. So,
Cool.
yeah. Sam, I believe you are up next.
Okay.
Over the borders, ascend of our pardon, breaking the branches and crawling below, one through the breach in the wall of the garden, down by the banks of the river we go. My marvelous place. Marvelous place. Marvelous place. Marvelous place. Marvelous. Here's a melody humming of thunder. Here's a wheel of the wonderful. Here's a sluice with the race running under. Marvelous place. Marvelous. Marvelous place. Marvelous place. Marvelous place.
Wow, that's cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I discovered that artist in June and was completely blown over. Yeah.
Can you tell us anything more about them?
I don't really know much about them actually, except that they have a SoundCloud page and a few albums, but not too many. This is their first net label release. Yeah.
Sweet. Victor,
Yeah.
I think you've got something for us.
As I say about Jenova 7, I think it's will be cool to share one of his tune. That was Jenova 7.
That was great. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, Sam asked.
From Boston, I think.
I have his Facebook page up, so I can confirm, perhaps.
I tried to collab with him, but he didn't answer my messages.
Yeah, he is.
I
Is
think
based
he's
in Boston.
scared when he saw that I'm from Kazakhstan.
You're a hacker. Sam asked what I was eating, and people will see it on the video too. But I've got a bowl of cashews over here. I had a salad earlier, and I don't know, it's just needed something else. So cashews are nice because they're really easy to pick up with chopsticks. All right. So I already told you guys what I was gonna play. I guess I could have switched it up, but I feel like the video on this one is it's pretty interesting. So it's worth a watch.
Picture it all, calling updated. Oh, picture we all see. Oh no, do you know? Oh, but no one was there, so no one should touch you. But oh. No one was there, so no one touched you. Oh no, do you know? Hope, why do I have hope? Why do I lose hope? Oh, why do I just as you know it's got to go now, but somehow know it's wrong. Just as you're back, turns around like long ago. Oh, 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 oh. Why do I have hope? Why do I lose hope? Oh, why do I
Here to let people have their fame in the credits there. So,
That was nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's Lorenzo's music. So Tom was my old co-host on the Music Monument podcast, and they released an EP on Block Sonic, but I don't know if that may be it, because I think they really like to have control over their release cycle and stuff. So I don't know if that really works very well with the whole net label thing, but they gave it a shot. So, cool. So I guess you're up next, Dom. We'll just keep going around the circle.
Cool. I'm glad you raised the tempo a little bit here, because this is going to get quicker. All right, this is Chippy Peas. Or
Fucking
Pudge.
yes, mate! 'Cause we stay up late, and I'm wide awake. I'm not coming home tonight. So the next time, when I'm borderline, I'll leave your desk note. I'm not coming home tonight. 'Cause there's half a split in the ashtray. Yeah, there's 2 titties left in the fridge. There's half a pizza in this box. I'm not going home. Spent all night in Washington, drinking Sailor Jerry and Coke. Met 2 girls on the Octagon that said they wanted to go for a smoke. Woo! I'm not coming home tonight. 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 Fucking yes, mate. 'Cause we stay up late, and I'm wide awake. I'm not coming home tonight. So the next time, when I'm borderline, I'll leave you this note. I'm not coming home tonight.
That was fast.
That was definitely high energy.
Good morning.
For me,
Yeah, that was Pudge. You can probably tell where they're from by the accents. And yeah, fun little pop punk band.
Yeah, so it seems like there might be more than one band named Pudge. Where's that band from?
Geez. I think Glasgow.
Okay.
Let me check.
Yeah, there's one in Wisconsin that Facebook likes, so I'll just put Pudge and not because it doesn't find any other Pudge. So.
Oh, excuse me, Sheffield.
Yeah,
That's where they're from.
regardless, not Wisconsin. So.
Not far.
Sweet. All right, you got another one for us, Sam?
Yes.
Sweet.
element and everything looks funny. So make way for the disco bunny to get frisky and start hopping around funny. Especially when I get 2 drinks in my tummy. I'm in my element and everything looks funny.
Sweet.
I think that was one of the better uses of someone using their own name as a Mad Lib.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the energy level has certainly increased.
Yeah.
Nice warm up round.
I will drop out.
You have to go? Huh?
I will drop out energy level.
Oh, yeah.
On a tout ce qu'il faut. Des piques sols au grand bazar.
Bien pour après la game, là.
Les Pelotes pour une autre saison de hockey. Au hockey, Boston exploite les Canadiens à
Harry Clover.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything by Men I Trust that's Creative Commons, just for future reference.
Oh,
So I guess we'll find out if we get dinged for that or not. But who knows? Seems to be pretty random on what gets dinged and what doesn't. So
but in YouTube is in the description says TuneCore independent.
yeah, but being independent doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you're Creative Commons or not. Yeah, so I think TuneCore actually has had like a lot of struggles, and has been fairly anti-Creative Commons actually. They were at a time, because we talked about them on the on on the Music Monument show for a bit, but that may have changed. But yeah, I know at one point they were there were a lot of problems with them. So
Like they just weren't letting people, because I know they're like distribution platform, right? So they weren't letting people release into Creative Commons.
well, and I think part of the problem is that, like, yeah, I mean, like, so a musician would use them and then they wouldn't be able to release their stuff like on other places. So like,
Got it.
there were all sorts like, I know, so for a while the only distribution group that was allowing for that was 1RPM, but I know that Tom was saying that because that's what Lorenzo's music used to use, but that once TuneCore got bigger, or not TuneCore, once 1RPM got bigger, that like they weren't able to sustain, because basically that what they have to do is go in like individually into YouTube and like whitelist stuff on YouTube. So it's just like there's no like, you know, unless you had like were a big name artist that had like a, you know, a special account manager at one of these places. Like the only places that could really give you that sort of attention would be like a boutique kind of place, like I guess 1RPM was at a time, but it just doesn't scale. So, but I mean, you know, automation stuff has also gotten better over time. So I don't know if that's, you know, still an issue with TuneCore, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. All right. Well, I've got one here. I thought sure that this is what Victor was going to play, but since he hasn't, I will go ahead and do it. stopped that one a little bit early because it's over 5 minutes. But I figured we were talking about next week. We were at like 4:45 when I when I stopped it. But Victor, you just said that you think you can. Okay, great. Never mind. So you said you had to bounce Sam, but it sounded like you didn't have another track that you wanted to play. So
No, I couldn't really decide what next to play.
okay. Well,
there's a lot of bands that I would like to, but unfortunately they aren't Creative Commons.
Yeah.
Sucky.
Yeah. I mean, we tried that, and then we got dinged by the YouTube gods. So
Don't want that to happen again.
yeah. So I don't know. Like, I wish it would tell us where that the video won't play, so like we could like tell people. But it just says your video is not viewable in some regions, and I'm like, well, we can view it in the US. That's all I know. So well, cool. I will maybe the three of us that are left will come up with some topic ideas, put them for the vote. No reason that we need to shift the vote around, I don't think, for Saturday versus Sunday. Main reason for ending it on Wednesday on the vote is if we need to have a runoff, we have a couple days to do that during the week, and then we still have that even if we bump it to Saturday for a week. And maybe this will be better for people. It's not better in general for me, but it happens to be better next week to move to Saturdays. So for anybody watching this, I will try to make a note in the YouTube description as to whether or not. Well, I guess we'll definitely doing it on Saturday next week, so I guess it doesn't matter for the note. But if we do have, well, I guess I will need to put it in the note in case people see this close to, like on Saturday morning. So yes, I will make a note of there if I remember to do it when we're done recording. I had some coffee, but clearly not enough this morning. Well, I don't know, Don, if you want to go ahead and play another one, or if if you want to go ahead and drop off now, Sam, or if you want to stick around for a couple more minutes.
Sure, yeah, I'll throw another one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Sam.
Have a good one.
Nice seeing you, man. You mentioned this band, Doug, a couple times ago, so I checked it out and very pleasantly surprised. This is Cletus Got Shot. This is awesome. So here we go.
In the South, there lives a man 10 feet tall with blood red hands. He never loses control. He is gracious to the poor. He never asked for any more. For $1 a day, you could be his modern slave. town with no shame. Well, he is the law, and the law is here for him. Well, there is no working class, just the ash of the working poor. If you had a boss, your boss was old Jim Crow. Old Jim Crow is a ruthless man. All that he knows is the Ku Klux Klan. Old Jim, he up and died. A bullet in his eye. He might have killed a man, but his spirit flies on. Well, if you want your life back, then don't ask Jim for Jack. 'Cause he'll never lift a hand for you. Old Jim Crow is a ruthless man. All that he knows is the Ku Klux Klan. And old Jim Crow is a ruthless man. All that he knows is the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay, that's about 5 minutes.
Sweet. Yeah, I guess people, whoever put that up there, they just, that was I think that's the main band image on Bandcamp, so they probably just used that. But I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, that's a fun band in general. They remind me a lot of like 16 Horsepower.
Yeah, I think all of their albums are pretty good. I tried to get them on Music Monument, and I think what happened was that basically they went on hiatus. But I remember they did a show at some point after that. But yeah, like their website is gone now, sadly. So I don't know if they might do more shows at some point in the future, but I don't think we're going to see any more albums by them, unfortunately. All right, Victor, you got anything else picked out?
I think my list of Creative Commons musicians is run out.
Oh, okay. Well, you can always pick stuff off Black Sonic, so well, that's Creative Commons. All right, this one's just under the 5 minute mark.
That was an unexpected ending.
Yeah, this it's kind of a long review thing, but I think this is it's a so well, I'll just read it. What one can really appreciate about this artist is the genre-defying ideas that actually step outside of the box and taunt conventions, like a junkie teasing a nightclub bouncer that can't leave his post. A definite example of this is Megafauna, starting out as a proper hip-hop track with screaming instead of rapping, but then to go beyond Insane Clown Posse territory, there are tremolo interjections, groove riffs, and breakdowns. Primal Revival later in the album seems to go on a psychedelic journey through raw chugs, techno beats, and mellow skip zones. These are just two examples of the kind of tracks which stray on a cosmic level without betraying the target core audience. So this was neither one of those, but this was Cherryhouse. But if I know that that Caleb likes unusual things, so I think that while it clearly falls in the grindcore territory, I think it's pretty unusual without being. Sometimes grindcore is just weird for the sake of being weird and is not super interesting. But I definitely think on this one in Glitter Grind, and like I said in the chat, like the new one is not bad, but it's kind of like once you've kind of like it's the same thing with Abstract Void. Once you which I've played last time we did it, I think, or maybe I did it when I think I did it when Ty was here. But it's like once you've sort of like are a band that has like really pushed the envelope and really like done something that no one else has done, it's really difficult to repeat that. I think, like I said, like Glitter Grind really comes like it's really good too. But the new one, it just kind of seems like. I don't think that the tropical goth stuff is kind of like in there for the sake of being in there. I think it fits, but it just I don't know. It doesn't have the same punch that the two other ones did before it. So, but it's worth a listen, I think. So, I didn't put that on there. I was too busy listening on the Facebooks. So I don't know if we want to go another round. It sounded like that Victor was pretty much done for the day. I could certainly be done myself. What about you? So let's, if we want to take just a minute, I'm going to type this in here before I forget. Potato Hate Explosion. There we are. I also just like love the names. Like the name of that album is Flower Violence. The name of the band is Potato Hate Explosion. Rainbow Mermaid Death Cult is the new one. Glitter Grind. I mean, the names are just like, the names themselves sort of like invoke these things that don't go together, just like the music itself. So I like that. I'm gonna try to click on the other thing. What are you doing? Oh, I was clicking on the same thing. Okay. Next week topics. Any ideas?
We could like continue with maybe this theme of bands that combine things that don't normally go together.
Yeah. So what do we call that? Juxtapositions.
Could be juxtapositions. Yeah, it could be unusual combinations. I don't know.
I'll put both of those.
We could also do
in there.
mashups, maybe.
Unusual name to music.
Yeah. I'll put mashups on there. That's a good one. Victor, I didn't hear what you said there.
Unusual music. Oh my god. Unusual name to music relations.
Yeah. And then I'll sort of, I think we'll be around that with option one. I mean, Sam said he liked the listening party. I think one thing that's kind of nice about the listening party is that it doesn't require a whole lot of thinking. So, I know for people on the West Coast, it's early. For Victor, it's late. So I'm going to throw listening party on there again. And then, of course, if people want to, we can think about if we want to sort of theme the listening parties as well. But for now, I'll just put that on there, I guess. Unless we want to, like, I mean, we've got 3 slots filled. I usually do 5 options, so we could do themed listening parties for options 4 and 5. But I feel like particularly with like mashups, it's going to be hard to do something that's Creative Commons with mashups. A lot of those are.
Yeah, I might get flagged for sure for that one.
Yeah, so but we'll see what the people want. I don't know. Is there anything that you learned, Victor, about the new album process? I mean, about when you were making your album that would be a good topic of discussion. Like, did you try any like new techniques or anything?
We can talk about lyrics.
Okay. Just put lyrics on there. It's a nice broad topic. And that leaves one more.
About music without lyrics already.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Time to talk about lyrics.
Yeah. One thing that we could talk about, considering, I don't remember the artist, but the TuneCore guys, we could just talk about finding Creative Commons music. I don't know if that would be an interesting topic.
Yeah, I would
be
down for that.
We've talked about just finding new music in general, and I think there's some obvious overlap there, but just to focus in on the CC stuff. Well, sweet. So there's our 5. I've got to actually write something in the poll before I can post it. Anything else you guys want to mention before next week? Before we give the Saturday time slot a shot?
Download my album, please.
Yeah, so I'll try to remember to put that in the show notes. So if somebody makes it to the end and they actually want to do that, they know where to go to make that happen. So I've got it pulled up here, and so I'll tell you this: something weird was going on with caching on the Black Sonic site yesterday, because I was going to listen to the album and it played a track off I don't know if it's the intro, but the track off of the Everything's the Same, Nothing is Different, where all the people are saying like, I love hip hop because of this and that, and it played that, and I was like, well, that's an interesting opening for Victor's album. I was like, well, because some of those like are cut within the album. So like they were all together when I was listening to it, and I was like, oh, I don't, but I think that was just a track. But then the next track played an Amos track, and I was listening to it, and I was like, man, he must have this must be a remix album. And I was like, man, it sounds a lot like the original. Like, what is the difference? I was like, it says it's 1 minute and 54 seconds, which is definitely shorter than the original. It's like I was really, really confused, because on the page, it like, it was, like it looked like it had played Reintroduction, and it looked like it was playing Antipathy, and it was just like not those tracks. And so I just like refreshed the page and I started over with the Reintroduction, and then it started playing it right. But yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, but it was like a total mind melt when I was just like, I was like listening so closely to figure out like what you had done to those tracks, and I finally figured, I was like, this is just wrong. I was about to like, email Mike and be like, something's going on, it's not playing Victor's tracks. But then I refreshed and it was. So I don't know, gremlins on the internet. So but all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here, and we will see you guys. Well, I don't know for sure that I can do next Saturday. I definitely cannot do next Sunday, but I might be able to do next Saturday. So hopefully I see you guys next Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Later.